Hello guys, my name is Fernando and this is my first video ever. Uh, Kind of the whole thing about this, starting with my phone, and as you can see, this microphone. Um, I would just like to get on here and talk about things that I feel like I'm going through and kind of relate to you guys in a sense because we are all going through it and God is always there, and thankfully and fortunately, He has saved me and He keeps saving me every day. It's a constant battle. I'm not gonna lie. There's days where I do bad things, and there's days where I just feel like He's my best friend, and we're tight, and we're talking all day long. But I just want to get on here and maybe discuss some of the things that I've been dealing with. And the topic in my life right now has been relationship with women. Obviously, I like women, and I think that has been such a influential part in my life ever since I was in middle school. 20 years old. Yesterday was my birthday. Um, but yeah, I want to get on here and maybe talk a little bit about it and see what you guys think. Um, Recently, I went through a breakup maybe like 3 weeks ago. It was the same person that I've been dating all of high school sweethearts, and this person shall remain unnamed. Very beautiful person, very kind-hearted, such a sweetheart. Obviously, when you're a kid, at that time, obviously I feel like I was still a kid. You don't really know how to love someone. Everything's nice and everything's sweet up until it's not. Um, I actually don't blame her for a lot of the things, although she did some things that hurt me a lot. I blame myself because I feel like as a man, you should be a leader and guide the relationship in the right way. All in when the woman is also being supportive and attentive. Um, but in my occasion, I will speak for myself. I did not do such a good job. And growing up, we fell a lot into sin. And sin pushes you away from God. So in my head, I couldn't expect much from God if I was pushing Him away. And not only that, dragging someone else alongside with me. And that's the hard truth. A lot of people would not say that, but it is the truth. Sexual sin is very bad, and I would stay away from it. But yeah, we'll get into that later. Um, yeah, this person we turned, as people say now, toxic, and you kind of disrupt the idea of love. You don't know what love is. You start hurting yourself for the benefit of them, or vice versa. And recently, we kind of hit our our breaking point, you know. And for the first time, we've a lot of times you go back and forth. You leave, you come back, you leave. They talk to other people. You talk to other people. Stuff happens that just creates more damage to the relationship, and it's just better to walk away from it at that point. Which she did, and it's all understanding. I had my mistakes, and I take full accountability for them. How she reacted to certain things left me pondering, and something that I did as a man that was very weak of me and very wrong was that I never found closure within myself or within her. And I tried to fill that void up with other women, other acts, lusting. And what did I say from the beginning? Sexual sin, anything that has to do with that is very bad and just drives your head into a space that has no light. Um, and I like to think that I dug myself that hole. And what I wanted to do different this time was let myself feel. Because that was something I never did. I did everything else. I talked to other people. I already went through the list. But I didn't let myself feel. And that was something she would tell me. And she was right. I'm a man. I can take accountability for when I was wrong. She was right. I was wrong. I'd never let myself feel. And I thought I was doing good by not doing that. Man up. Be strong. Don't let yourself feel. Don't let other people know you're feeling that way. But truth is, it hurt. And 5 years, that hurts. So some solutions that I found to that problem was trying to talk to her about it It's not okay, but I wanted to dissect and had some questions that were unanswered. And you don't have to know everything. This is optional. They don't have to tell you anything because you're not with them anymore. They're not part of you, and even then, they still have an option. But I decided to do that to put the seal on the book and really understand where it went wrong and say a farewell goodbye. You find out things after the breakup, that obviously keep hurting you, but one can choose to know those things or not. And I chose not to. But I also chose to focus on myself for the first time in my life. Since I knew I liked women, I've always chased after them and always wanted to be in a relationship because in my head I had so much love to give and da 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 da. But my daddy issues and all my other things that stopped me from actually loving someone would always get in the way, and it just never ended well for anyone. And for the first time in my life, I actually am not talking to anyone, and it's been over a month. It's not that long, but it's long for me. My phone is dry. I never knew what that felt like. I literally just wake up, go to work, go to the gym, pray, go to church if I can, and just go to sleep. Watch a movie, be with my dog, and go to sleep. It's a very lonely life. It is new, but for the first time in my life, I'm not chasing after anyone. For the first time in my life, I felt like God has told me, hey, this is me. You need to focus on me. I've let you run free for however long you wanted. And now it's time to focus on me. And thankfully, I have been focusing on him and nothing else. I've never done drugs, never done alcohol. I thank God that I never resorted to those things even at my lowest points. But I have disguised that pain with other bad decisions, very impulsive decisions. That's what I'm known for. That's what my family knows me for. That's what she knew me for, being impulsive. And I wanted to get to the root of those problems because I wanted to heal. I actually want to let go of this person and love them like Jesus Christ loved me. Not the love that used to fake out of my mouth, just from the mouth out, say that, oh, I feel happy for her. No, I genuinely want to see her with someone else and it not hurt me. I want to, which I kind of have, but I want to see her and not feel anything for her other than love. For the first time, I want to see her and wish nothing but actual happiness for her. Because when somebody hurts you, it's so hard for you to actually want that and see them do it and then you actually still be happy for them. A lot of people just say, yeah, I feel good. No, but when you actually see them, they're not the person you remember. They're not anything you remember. Those feelings go away. You don't really feel that happy. You feel some type of pain there, and I don't want to feel that. I want to feel nothing but happiness for her. So what I started to do was started going to the gym, focusing on my issues, what I did wrong, and what I keep doing wrong, even when she's not in my life. My own sins and taking accountability. Because me as a person, I feel like I did my whole life. I never took accountability for things. And I feel like I'm the youngest kid, the youngest of three. I was given everything. And it kind of drove my mindset to everything was a given for me. I never really had to go and do anything. So I dragged this mentality along into my relationships. And I expected more than what I was giving. And that hurts people. If you don't know yet, that hurts people in ways that you don't imagine and that you don't know at the time. So I'm not saying I'm looking for anyone, and I'm not. But when the right person comes and God puts that person in my way, I want to be able to take care of that person and cherish that person like nothing else. So to prepare myself, you just don't think that way and then do it. It's like a muscle, you have to train it. So I started to train my head, my mind, and my body to not act impulsively, not act with the first thought that comes into my head, to listen to other people first before you actually speak. Don't be so quick to anger. Don't be so quick to give a response. It's okay to take your time and listen to others and dissect what they're saying, what type of person they are, so you can give them an answer that makes sense with them. And I never did that. So that was one of the things I started to do, and one of the ways it was helping me was going to the gym. The gym really stimulated my body physically, obviously, and it got me thinking. A lot of people go to the gym and they get really jacked, and it's good for them, and it does good. You see a change physically, but up here they're not the same. One of the ways I tried to change that, very religious, very Catholic of me, was I was listening to Bible verses and Bible books, audiobooks in the gym instead of music. Because when you feel your head, you're being vulnerable in the gym. You're breaking down your muscles, literally. So I thought about that in my head. I'm like, if I'm going to break down myself completely and build myself back up, I'm also going to break down my mindset. I'm going to break down what I thought I knew, lose my ego, lose everything, and gain everything back with God. So I wanted to have some knowledge with God. So I did this, like I said, I started listening to audiobooks in the gym. Believe it or not, I have the best workouts. I may not look the best, but up here, I know I'm being fed spiritually. And what better way to do it at the gym? Let's be real here. Nowadays, we live in a society where women literally go to the gym like half naked. I'm a man. I love women, and it's very hard sometimes to deal with that. But what better way? If I'm listening to God, I can't physically be lusting with my eyes. So it's a constant reminder to keep focused in what I'm doing. So after the gym, I also tried to eat very healthy. I realized that not only is good working out, but whatever you put in your body has to do a lot with what you do and how you feel. A lot of times I felt really bloated. I felt really tired. I wasn't happy getting up out of bed. That had to do with my eating. Yeah, I came to find out, buddy, that those trans fats and the saturated fats, they don't make you wake up in a good mood. So I started eating very healthy, cut a lot of fats, cut a lot of calories, snacks, and just started eating healthy. That just did an immense change in my life, and I love it. I'm happier when I wake up. I have more energy throughout the day to do what I have to do. I'm more concentrated, and that just came from a simple fix. Instead of wasting 150, 200 a week eating out all 3 meals a day or more, I just waste 100, 120, 150 for a full week and a half, 2 weeks if I stretch it, of groceries. And I just go cook, and it's productive. It gets my mind off of things. It doesn't make it easier for me to go and get food. I actually have to go cook it. So it's a reward kind of thing, a mental thing you gain. That was one thing. And the last thing I've been doing is prayer. This is very, very obvious, obviously, prayer. I've been praying a whole lot more. Praying. That's new to me because my whole life I've been very religious, and I pray every Sunday with my family. Sundays are for God. But I've never took it upon myself to pray and actually learn how to have a conversation with God, So I started doing this right here, actually, just in my bed. It's on the floor. I ordered a bed frame. Just moved in here. It's a work in progress, but literally, I've learned to pray. And we're gonna dissect this prayer part a whole lot more than the whole working out and eating, because I feel like this is the most important out of all the three. So I came to find out, like I said, breaking myself down and building myself up. I came to find out I'm not such a good person, and I don't know how to pray to God as much, or praise Him for that being. I was always asking for things. I was always, give me everything. It was like I was treating Him like a genie in a bottle, and you come to realize why you don't get a lot of the things you pray for. Because yes, we have free will, but God doesn't work that way. And I started to feel guilty within myself while praying, that I was like, no, I need to stop asking. And through the help of TikTok, of Christian TikTok, and a lot of conversations with a lot of people, I started to realize that I just need to be thankful for what I have. And that mentality as well, that little part that I just said, be thankful for what you have, I wasn't thankful for the relationship I had, and that drove me to do a lot of bad things. So this is very important as well. I just started to pray and not ask for anything. Simply just sit down in silence for 10 minutes or more and just thank Him. Literally sit there and thank Him. Yeah, we have the things we have. We have everything that He gives us and that you wake up to every day. There are miscellaneous things. I don't know what you have in your life, but we have them. And we take them for granted by not acknowledging them. And that comes with the person as well. It becomes so usual, so common to that person that you see them every day, you hang out with them every day, you forget to acknowledge them deeply. A lot of famous people, I think Lil Uzi Vert once said, I just sat there and stared at a tree. And I was thankful for what that tree gave us. That tree gives us shade, it gives us oxygen. Like he was just like, I just sat there and looked at a tree. And that's literally what I do with God. I just sit there and I thank Him for the smallest things He gives me. For even just being able to breathe. That's His will, not mine. I don't control that. I don't control my body like that. I don't have that much control. For being able to own a truck, for being able to pay. And there's times where there's times where you're struggling and you need more money. Let's say for example me, I need more money coming in. I own a business. Oh, I need more work. I don't ask for it anymore. I just say, God, I know that You're not giving me this much work for a reason. All I ask is for You to give me the reason, make it more clear to me, so that I can address that and do Your will and not mine. So, let's say I don't work 2 days out of the week instead of working all 7 days, which is what I usually do. A lot of the times in my personal thoughts in my head, I start to distance myself from God during that week. And the 2 days that I don't work, I wake up ready to work. It's a mindset that you're ready to work. It's just something you do the next day. Then I wake up and I realize I don't have work. And I look back at that week and I'm like, dude, I've kind of been slacking with God. What's going on? I haven't been as focused. And then in my head, I think it's the Holy Spirit. It's like, you're messing up with God. Maybe you're put too much attention on your job and you haven't been as grateful, or whatever it is. I think in my head, like, I immediately get out of bed and I thank God for everything He's given me, and I dedicate time for Him, because He is what makes the world go around. Money is not what makes the world go around. He is. So what greater way to pray than to thank Him? And if you do want to ask Him for something, we all have needs and wants. I would suggest you start praying by thanking Him for what you already have, and maybe make it as an optional, hey, and I also have this. If maybe you want to help me attain that item, or help this person out, if it's Your will, please. I pray to you. You know, to each their own on their own prayers, but that's just something that's been helping me get closer to God and see things in a different picture, because He is so merciful and He gave me so many things when I didn't deserve them. And now I know whether those things are not with me anymore. But yeah, that's something that's been helping me heal and keep my mind just ticking. Because when you sit in bed or you sit on your phone, that just causes more anxiety. And I've came to be very tempted with this. I don't watch porn. I don't do any of that stuff. It's been a minute. Being completely honest, I don't do any of that stuff. But the more I try to get closer to God, and the days that are the best ones, that I literally, like, I'm laughing by myself because I hear God in my head, or I feel like I'm talking to Him and He responds back immediately. Those are the days that random chicks pop up on my TikTok, or those are the days where I'm tempted to be more on my phone. And those are the days where you have to look. This is where God talks about flesh and soul. This is where you have to this is where you have to acknowledge that you're human, that it's okay that you have those temptations, but give all praise and power to God. Let Him take over, because if you're not willing to let go of that temptation and fall into it, God will remove that temptation for you. And that's something very beautiful about picking up your cross. What God tells us in the Bible, pick up your cross and follow me. That saying alone says so much. And if you were to practice that, or if I've been practicing myself on my day-to-day basis, pick up your cross and follow me. What exactly does that mean? To me, it means that you have to give up something. In order for something to grow, you have to give up, and you have to cut off what's not working in order for you to grow into something bigger, better, beautiful. In a plant, when parts of that plant is dying, you cut it off because you know it's going to grow back better, and you know it's stopping that other part of the plant to grow. The rest of the parts of the plant. That's just what it is. And it's so much easier to just be on my phone all day. Trust me, that's what I would love to do. I would just love to be on my phone all day. But that's a bad habit that's led me to do bad things. So in my head, logically, common sense, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to give that up so that I can, and I'll put myself out there in the world, and I'll go get some groceries, go do something new that I've never done, because I know that I'm already giving something up, and the rest I'm leaving it up to God. Hey, I know I don't usually do this, but I'm going to go try it out. Please help me. Please comfort me during this day that I'm going to go do this. And trust me, guys, He will definitely do that for you. He's done it time and again, and if He doesn't, then there's a purpose why. But don't give up. Consistency is key in the gym, in your eating habits, and in your lifestyle and prayer. It's consistency. You just have it. I see it as like an earning. You have to earn it. And I feel like I haven't earned a lot of things in my life, but all I've earned is God's trust and His love. And that's enough. That's all I need. Everything else can be falling apart around me, but as long as I have Him, I feel good. And I find some comfort within Him. And there's little things that He's done to me that we could sit here and talk about them. We could probably cry about it, but through the Word, through the Bible, through the daily readings that we have, I feel Him every day. But I highly suggest, if you've never prayed in your life, it's okay. I didn't know how to pray, and I've been a Catholic my whole life, never knew how to pray. And I'm finally learning to pray. And I'm learning, I look up type of prayers, to give me some type of structure, because I don't like just blabbering I'm doing right now. But I love just listening or throwing it out there for Him. Hey, I wrote you a letter, God. you know, maybe I hope you read it. He will always read it. But respond whenever you feel like it's the right time. And then if he responds, then sweet. If he doesn't, stay hopeful. Stay hopeful in him, because his time is perfect. And that's one thing I've been struggling with. Accepting his time is perfect. It's easier some days than others. But like I told you guys in the beginning, it is very, very difficult. But that doesn't mean I'm going to give up. And just simply focusing on God, I've addressed a lot of issues that I've had my entire life without actually wanting to. It's like when you shine light on darkness, you start to find things that you didn't know were there because all you saw was dark. That was me. All I saw in myself was bad things. And when I brought light, which was God, into the picture, I started to realize that, hey, I'm actually not that bad. I just need some focus on some things and address some things and actually work on them. Not just say it, look nice, try to cheat other people about it. No, do them. Do those things, because in the end, they will only help you and God. And it will make him so happy, and it will make you happy. Trust me, guys, it's something that it's a constant battle. It's not easy. I would actually tell you that the walk with God is harder than just doing whatever you want to do. I gave you the example of just being on your phone and in bed. It's way easier to do that than to get up and do something with your life. If you, obviously, other than work, go for a walk. Go look at the sunset. Admire nature. Admire the people around you. Even if you don't talk to them, admire that they're alive. That God allowed them to wake up that day. That God allowed you to wake up that day. Look at yourself in the mirror. If you're a woman, do your makeup. Feel pretty for yourself, not for others. For yourself. Try a different makeup technique. I don't know. Dye your hair. Do it a different style. Feel pretty being in your own skin, because God made you. You're his temple. He made you. Out of everyone in the world, he chose to make you. And if you're a guy, I highly advise you to go to the gym, man. Like, honestly, it could be an ego thing, but don't let it get to that. Go for the right purpose. Go to be healthy. Go look at yourself. Work on yourself. It's like a chisel and a hammer. Build yourself up. As a man, we have a different role than a woman in a relationship and in life in general. Build yourself up. Work for that pride. Work for that respect that you so crave. Nobody's going to give it to you. You're not going to get it anywhere else other than with God and yourself. Build that. Earn it. I'd highly advise you guys to do that. Try a different haircut, man. Let your hair grow out. Don't think about what others care. Start that business that you want to do. Why? Because you want to do it. Not because others is telling you what to do. Listen to your thoughts. Listen to God. Listen to your heart. Stay in touch with your feelings. I know nowadays it's wrong not to. It's wrong to listen to your feelings and be emotional. I'm not telling you to go tell the whole world about your feelings, bro. Like, trust me, nobody cares. But definitely have that self-awareness of, hey, I'm doing this wrong. I need to do it better tomorrow. And if you don't, know that the next day, if God allows you to wake up, you have another shot at doing it. So that was the end of my rant. God bless you guys. And I'm done talking for today. This was my first time ever doing this. I'm sorry if I blabbered or went on tangents, but this is a lot about me. And I hope this helps you in any way or finds it relatable that you're not going through this alone. So, yeah. Thank you guys for listening to me. Have a blessed day, and goodbye.